Bullet Point Nation, we've got a great single shot for you tonight. Because guess what, America? Guess what, Australia? Guess what, rest of the world? The polls are bullshit. And we've got something to do. My name's Michael Loftus, right over there on the other side of the continent.
Pollster Judd Dunning.
Really? How many people did you have to call to find out what your name was?
Exactly. They're all gone, man. I just looked in the mirror. I'm like, who are you? Which is a daily event. But anyway, back to the show.
I just conducted a poll that said people thought this would be a great time for like an opening graphic.
I love it. I vote for that.
Good vote. All right, Bullet Point Nation, hashtag BPN. Here we go. We're talking about the polls. It's like they didn't learn anything from 2016. It's deja vu all over again. Uh-oh. Trump's behind. Trump's not doing well. Looks like Joe Biden's going to eke out a victory in all these important swing states. What do you say, Judd?
Oh, I can't wait to say this. Okay, so here's a little bit about why polls are bullshit, right? We watch these shows. What's the bullet points? So I'm going to give a few bullet points, and Mike and I are going to talk a little more in depth about why. So they track the polls every day, but you can't trust Google, but you have to get to where they just drop all of them every day. So today, Biden up in Arizona up 3, Biden up 5, Biden up 6 nationally, Biden up 13 nationally. So that's today's polls, the 18th, right? Let's look back historically. So we want everybody out there to know this is the one time you can't trust the polls, and you never could because things are changing. Media is changing. Information is changing. So check it out. So when they go backward, NYT, New York Times, actually did this survey last couple elections. Polls have a margin of 12 to 14 point variance. That's history. That's history. Oh, quick interstitial. Here's Trump going to a prayer conference, which is what matters, and he did it today in Vegas after he was in Wisconsin. And now he's on his way to the OC. This guy's working the street, so watch out. That's the other thing behind the polls, because they say his slump on the polls is already changing. Checking this out, Michael Loftus. How many people do they poll?
Yeah.
867, 1902, 3758. 324 Americans. Are they really finding the Trump supporters when the average poll is a few thousand people?
That seems insane. And I'm still trying to process the 12 to 14 point differential.
Oh, yes.
I wish I would have had that when I was in college.
Exactly. Exactly. What's up with the screen? His college wasn't that bad. So let me lay down a few more facts for our viewers, because why are the polls bullshit? All right, so here's what they're saying in America generally. What's the level of Trump support? 34%, right? But we see what's going on around us. We see that Hunter Biden's emails are, this is dangerous. We're seeing Twitter shut things down. We're seeing the way people are going to rallies. But why 34%? Why? So here's why. Phones, it used to be 36% of Americans would love to chime in. Now it's 6%, Michael Loftus.
Ooh.
Check this. Here's another stat. When people call for the elections, right, they call it's 2,500 calls to get 800 Americans. It's now 10,000. 10,000 phone calls. Guess what? What they use mostly are still landlines. And only like 65% of Americans have landlines. So why are you trusting the polls? So what these guys do, and then we'll get into the issues, I just want to nail down why polls actually don't work. Just like masks are pretty challenging, but we want to stay on the air, so we won't go down that route. So then here we go. Boom. If you take that same graph and you adjust the data points, this is the graph of Trump support, right? They took that exact 36. Then you do the translate by expanding the data points, adjusting it for all the variables. Trump has 50% support, 49.4. We all knew it was a close election. So polls are bullshit.
And then here's one recent number that I don't hear a lot of other people talking about, but we're going to talk about it here, is the approval rating. Trump's approval rating is up above 56%. That's ginormous. That is bring the thunder time. I have to think, from what we've seen in the media, and through journalists. We know how they lean. We know how they lean. So the one thing that I know that Republicans have, the conservative side has, is voter enthusiasm. People are not people are not enthusiastically voting for Joe Biden. Some people are voting to stop Donald Trump because they think, he's the demon man from the seventh layer of Hades. But people who love Donald Trump cannot wait to vote. They are going to stand, they're going to crawl over broken glass to get to
In
the polls.
person.
In person, absolutely. And I think a lot of them are voting by mail too. I really do.
Yeah,
And that's,
surprising amount.
yeah. So, but to the polls, and I think there's always the numbers inside the numbers, and there's the story inside there. Trump pulled his ads from Ohio and Iowa, so I think that shows confidence. He's like, all right, got those locked up. I can spend that money somewhere else. And here's what I think is funny. Like Joe Biden, he can't leave. He can't leave. He has to stay in the basement. He has to wear a mask because COVID's everywhere. But that dude is sending people knocking on doors in Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
They're nervous. And they've called in the big guns. They called in the Barack Hussein Obama thunder. They've got Barack going to Pennsylvania. They are scared shitless.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it's interesting, right? We're in such massive disinformation about the polls. I mean, as Americans, what do we trust anymore, Michael? Let's see. What do you really trust? I mean, we've seen impeachment. You've seen the Mueller report. You've seen the Biden emails are being overlooked. We've seen the 25th Amendment. We've seen the debasing of the Supreme Court justice nomination process. What is the left? What is the vision of the Democratic left? And I used to be a Democrat. Just can you tell me what it is? Because I don't know.
I used to trust titties, but now you find out some of those are fake. It's hard to find any truth to grasp. I used to trust Star Wars. They burned me with the last three movies. I've never been a fan of big government, and the media. Here's the great thing about the Trump administration. I say this so many times, I might as well have it tattooed on my forehead. The great thing about the Trump administration is, like, now we know the media picks and chooses winners and losers. We know that journalism is dead. All the TV pundits, everybody wants their Democrat friend to win, and they want to protect the swamp and protect the status quo, and they're not based in reality, and it's tough. It's tough to be a right-wing pimp right now.
Keep pimping, yo. I want to say, by the way, if you get that tattoo, use henna. I've done it. It's not so bad. It feels like you're, tatted up, but doesn't really. But, the 56, I agree with you, Michael. 56% of Americans say they're better off they were 4 years ago, even after COVID. This is what's crazy, is we're holding this container with COVID. Look, for me, it's a bottom line. Guys went after me the other day and go, you know what? I'm seeing weakness and shutdown with the Biden presidency. I'm seeing more shutdown, more cancel culture, more no real economic plan, back to a healthcare system that doesn't work. Sure, Joe has some moderate stuff. I'm not a black and white guy. There's some moderate things. He's a better choice than some of the other people that were running, but it's not going to be the end of the republic. But it's going to feel like. But if he shuts us down, it could cause generational wealth and health issues. So we don't trust. We cannot trust the polls. We can't trust the media. We can't trust our universities. We can't trust Hollywood. Welcome to America.
And it's crazy. And it goes back to the Constitution. You can trust yourself. You can trust yourself to be the best person that you can be, and just try to keep aspiring to do that and be an inspiration for others. And that's why, we're all created equal. Yeah. Life, liberty, pursue some happiness, be the best person you can be. Judd, take us home. You got a book to pimp. You got to talk about your book.
Yes. Listen, we got a book coming out. We thought it was coming out for the election. Thank you, Michael. The book is called 13 and a Half Reasons Why Not to Be a Liberal and How to Enlighten Others. And it comes out through Newsmax Humanics. They just did Trump Blitz. Pretty exciting. That was just a bestseller. Our team's bringing us out in a few days, and we're excited. Hopefully it's during a Trump presidency when it comes out, and it's a continuation of ideological truth. We really wrote it, Tom. It's only one chapter about Trump, so it's a book about how to listen, how to understand why you think what you think, for conservatives, independents, and for liberals who are waging war upon you. I'm kidding. So tell us, and it's you can buy it on Amazon now. So 13 Reasons Why Not. Hashtag 13 Reasons Why Now. Michael, tell us about your new font.
That's the bullet point on that one. That's the bullet point on that one. It's 13 and a half reasons why not to be a liberal. It's available on Amazon now. Those are the 2 bullet points for that one.
Thank
you
you.
need to start a press tsunami, and I can't wait to see you out on tour. Hey, speaking of tours, I'm going to be in Nashville, Tennessee, Zanies. I'm going to be filming some stand-up. I'm doing a little show. It's going to be on the Fox Nation. I know you guys are all subscribed, so it's beautiful. There's good things happening. There's some good vibes, some positive energy here at Bullet Point Nation.
God bless America. Hey, Michael, I actually wanted to do. I want to end with this one thing that we shared this week. And let's see, how much time do we have here? How long have we been on the air? The reason that a lot of our Republicans is like, it's not about when people are talking to you, it's not about voting for Trump or not. Trump is our employee for right now. But what are we voting for? I loved it. We're voting for free speech. We're voting for the future of our economy. We're voting for a strong defense. We're voting for our children to have choice in schools. We're voting for the rights of the unborn. There's so many voting for a Supreme Court that's originalist in nature and protecting our country. So I just want to say to our good red, white, and blue brothers, sidestep the game about Trump. Don't listen to the polls. Passionately march forward. Remember what this is all really about. It's about that America that we all grew up believing in, that we still have a chance to sustain. So get out there and vote. Keep coming and see us. You can see us at Bullet Point Nation on pretty much all of our socials. BPN Insider on Twitter. I want to thank the great Michael Loftus, who came from off of Fox this morning to our humble show, into his show on the road. Great being with you, buddy. And you guys can all come back and see us next week. We're here twice a week.